Hi, it's your PsychoBuddy. I want to share the most powerful tool or strategy that I have for dealing with psychosis, being in psychosis, and being able to function anyway. Um, the most powerful thing that I've discovered is to be able to dial away from a really troubling psychosis. You can't, I can't stop a psychosis. Like, I can't be like, no, I'm not seeing blood running down the gutter of the street. That happened once. I was riding my bike home, and the water from the sprinklers on the side of the street, my brain was telling me it was blood. And I knew cognitively that it was only water. But in my gut, it was blood. And that's the kind of thing that psychosis did for me a lot, was distort physical perception into something that was really disturbing. So here's how to dial away. You think intentionally when you see something that is not part of consensual reality. And I think a lot of us know the difference. We can feel the difference between a hallucination or a projection of our own mind and what other people around us are seeing or thinking. You can dial to a less troubling station. I think of it just like a rotary dial on an old radio, where you at first are keyed into a level of negativity that is troubling you. So, in order to dial to a lighter thing, then you intentionally bring in thoughts of a lighter nature. So, once I was walking down the street in a little town where the Civil War had happened, and I saw, it was nighttime, and I saw hanging from the lampposts the bodies of lynched African American people, um, bodies hanging. And I saw it with translucencies, which is like really strong imagery that I see inside myself. It's the visual correlate of thought voices. And I see these images that are all really, really distinct and can often distract me. So I've spent a long time trying to decide whether I'm perceiving them or projecting them. And then finally, after 40 years of living with them, have come to the conclusion that it doesn't make a difference. It's just how I experience reality. What does make a big difference is how I respond to them. So when I saw those bodies hanging there, I brought to mind a different things that happened on that same street. So I imagined a young mom pushing her baby in the little rickety baby carriage, so full of love, so full of happiness. And I called in that translucency, or that spirit, if you want to think of it that way. And then I imagined teenagers. I passed a dark alley that was spooking me out, so I put a young man and a young woman making out really happily, having their first kiss in the shadows of this alleyway. And by doing that, by intentionally inserting and substituting positive images and positive thoughts, it's possible to dial away from the negativity. This has been very powerful for me. At the same time, the most, like, that's the most powerful internal tool. The most powerful thing that I can do when I feel the translucencies are growing too frequent, there are too many of them, or they're too bright, or they start distracting me, or especially if I hear myself describe my mind or my mood as being fragmented or fractured, Zyprexa. There's 5 milligrams sublingual dissolvable antipsychotic intervention, and I take that right away. And that helps. That really helps. It makes me sleep a lot, but when I wake up, it's mind glue. My mind is glued back together. Zyprexa works for me. For a long time, I took Abilify as a um, maintenance antipsychotic every day, and now I'm on Zyprexa a little dose every day, and then I also hit when I start feeling those psychotic symptoms rise. It's wonderful to have some kind of agency, to have some kind of power over the darkness of those psychotic thoughts. Um, and it all comes down to being grounded, or being able to realize this is in my reality. This is not in consensual reality. I have power to dial away from this scary negative thought. Good luck. It's an adventure.